Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose is back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. All right. All Elite Wrestling Dynamite Grand Slam was last night. And I said in the previous video, we had 3 new champions, 5 title matches in total, including the AEW interim women's title on the line of Fatal 4-Way. As Toni Storm defends against Serena Dean, Athena, and Britt Baker. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Okay. Before I even get into the match, I just want to say this, man. I'm getting pretty tired of the interim title. You know, I'm tired of the interim championships. I get what Tony Khan is doing, but at the same time, does everybody have to get injured and then we just have to have interim champions and then boom, like we have to do undisputed championship matches? Like, I don't know. It's just I get what he's doing, but it gets kind of tiring at points. But so we had this Fatal 4-Way match. I didn't see a world where Toni Storm was gonna lose. So that's that. It was pretty good all over the place. You know how multi-people matches are. They go all over the place. Toni Storm was able to get the win. And then after the match, Britt Baker, I think, yeah, it was just Britt Baker. So Britt Baker was attacking Toni Storm, being up. Then out comes Jamie Hayter. And it looked like Jamie Hayter about to square up with Britt. And then Jamie Hayter just turns around, boom, helps Britt Baker beat up Toni. And now Toni and Athena getting their ass beats by not only Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter, but Serena Dean joining on the fun. So they're just doing their numbers, doing everything. Then Britt Baker takes out, the black glove. She about to apply the lockjaw until some music plays. Random music, which can only mean one thing. We're about to have somebody about to come out here. Music plays. He's playing until a name pops up. Boom. Crowd goes crazy. I'm not going crazy yet because I don't know yet. Even though it should have clicked in my head, but it really didn't at first. I ain't gonna lie, it didn't, and then click in the head first, like, who the hell is this? Then she comes out. Then I'm like, oh, all right, okay. She comes out, makes the save, and then panders to the crowd for the next 2 to 3 minutes. I don't know why she was out there for so long, but hey, Who am I talking about? Her name is Saraya. Better known as Paige. Paige is in All Elite Wrestling. Paige is in AEW. Okay. There has been a couple rumors out. There were rumors at first saying that Paige to AEW was a possibility. Just didn't know how confirmed those rumors were because of the fact that the last time Paige wrestled, what was the last time Paige wrestled? I think the last time Paige wrestled was 2017. Yeah, it was 2017. That's actually when she made her return to WWE because she was gone for a bit. Then that's where she came back with, I think it was a team called Absolution. I think that was the name of it. It's been so long. Yeah, I think it was called Absolution. It was her, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville. Remember that? So They had that little trio. But then Paige became more of a manager because she had a little bit of injuries and problems. And 2018, she announced that she had to retire because... Did she break her neck? I think she did break her neck. And she had one of those neck injuries where if she does a bump or a fall, she may be paralyzed. And so she pretty much hasn't wrestled since then. But her being here at AEW told me a couple... Well, before I even get into that, her contract expired, I believe, last year? I think it expired last year, which is crazy because she wasn't seen on TV for maybe two years, maybe longer than that. But before then, she actually was SmackDown general manager, I think in 2019? It was 2018 because Daniel Bryan was GM of SmackDown for a couple of years. Then they let him back in the ring. So then Paige became SmackDown general manager. Then pretty much after that, she was only seen on WWE Backstage. Remember WWE Backstage with Renee, Booker T, and Paige. I remember that. That was not a bad show, by the way. I actually liked watching that. People thought that shit was trash. I thought that was alright. That got ended pretty much in 2020. Actually, yeah, that pretty much got ended in 2020 along with everything else. After that, we really hadn't seen much of her for like a year and a half. So she was making money doing nothing for like a year and a half until the contract expired. She didn't renew. And almost a year later, if not a year later, boom, here she is. Which tells me she may be medically cleared to wrestle. Which actually begs the question for me, how long has she been medically cleared? Because this might be the situation of a Daniel Bryan, of a Christian, where they've been medically cleared for a while, but Vince McMahon just said, nah, I'm not putting you in the ring. Because Christian retired, but Christian wanted back in the ring. Christian, and judging by what he's been doing in AEW, he can still go. Daniel Bryan, they let Daniel Bryan wrestle because, quite frankly, you couldn't keep that man on the shelf. You keep that man on the shelf, you will get a whole backlash. And Vince knew that, so he couldn't just let him sit. But Paige said she was going to work hard to get back into the ring because of what she's seen Edge do. Edge came back after 9 years, told he wasn't even supposed to come back, but he worked his ass off to get back. So Paige wanted to be in that same realm. So I think she probably did what she had to do, and boom, here she is. Paige in AEW. Why don't you go Saraya? Saraya in AEW. Okay. All right. We'll see how big of a deal this becomes. Because so far the women's division in AEW it's to me it's like a balancing act right now. Because if you think about it, you realize the minute Britt Baker became one of the top women in the division, that she has not left the path of the AEW women's title. Like, she doesn't have a regular program. And that's like, you have nothing for Britt Baker? Like, you can't give her a regular, like, honestly, Britt Baker versus Jade Cargill, I wouldn't mind seeing. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. Or, granted, it's two heels, so why would you do it? But, Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter, you could have probably explored more on that, and then you have that little Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker rivalry you could do. Boom. There you are. Or, you know, Britt Baker versus Athena. You could have did that. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many things you could do with Britt. But you keep her as just a challenger for the AEW Women's title. I'm just like, can do more. I'm just saying. Jade Cargill is undefeated. I don't think that girl is losing anytime soon. I think they're trying to legit get her to 100-0. I really think they're gonna get her there. They're trying their best. Athena's come in and just hasn't won a thing, which is something I don't even know if I'm expecting or not. Serena Dean is probably one of the best women, if not probably the best women's wrestler on the roster. And she hasn't had much either. She's had a couple wins, but nothing really significant. You know, I don't know. Now with Saraya here, just push her in there and just like, okay, well, I don't know what she's going to be doing. She might. If she has a program Britt Baker, then hey, you just answered all the questions that I just had. You know what I'm saying? You just actually gave Britt Baker a new challenger, which is cool. I'm glad you gave her a new match. I appreciate that. But yeah. I'm happy. I can't wait to see her back in the ring. Paige was one of the best women's wrestlers in the game. And she was one that revolutionized what is it called? The Women's Revolution, in WWE. She was one of the few. She was one of them, you know, along with AJ, Sasha, Charlotte, Becky, you know. They were part of that. She was part of that, so. She is more part of the change than anything, so. Hey. Yeah, I'm happy to see her. Can't wait to see her. Probably hear from her next week, so I'm down for that. But it is what it is, man. So, I almost forgot my outro. Jesus. Thank you for all the love and support. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know what it is, man. Back to the 2K23 grind. You know I got to make pit stops because it is wrestling. I got to talk about it. You already know what we here. You already know, man. But until next time, peace, love, on it. You heard?